Hey everyone, and welcome to another deep dive. This time we're taking you on a personalized journey into the world of freelancing.
I'm excited to jump in.
You and me both. So I was going through all this material on freelancing, and it's amazing how much there is to discover. It's way more than just, quick gigs on Fiverr.
Oh, yeah, definitely. It's a whole different ball game.
Exactly. It's like this whole hidden ecosystem.
Yeah.
I don't know about you, but I'm ready to explore.
Me too. And you know what really struck me was this story about a former accountant who, get this, turned his love for woodworking into a full-blown freelance business. He designs custom furniture now.
No way. Really?
Yep. It was in one of the articles he sent. It just shows you freelancing can be about more than just, making a quick buck. It can be about finding that sweet spot where your skills and your passions collide.
That's incredible. From spreadsheets to sawdust, talk about a career makeover. I love that. But okay, before we get too ahead of ourselves, let's break it down for our listeners. What exactly is freelancing? We keep hearing this term independent contractor thrown around.
Right. It's the heart of freelancing, really. You're your own boss, basically a one-person business. You offer your skills directly to clients. Could be anything, writing, design, marketing, you name it, and it's all project-based.
So no set schedule, no boss breathing down your neck.
Exactly.
Sounds pretty tempting. But one thing that caught my eye in the research was this statistic. Apparently, something like 65% of successful freelancers rely on time tracking tools. That seems pretty intense. Is that level of organization really that crucial?
It is. Freelancing is all about freedom. But with freedom comes responsibility, right? You have to be organized, set boundaries, and manage your time effectively. Otherwise, things can spiral out of control pretty quickly.
So it's not all just like working from a beach with your laptop, sipping cocktails.
Maybe sometimes, but it definitely takes work. That statistic shows you how important it is to treat freelancing like a business, not a hobby.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's talk about the good stuff, the perks that make people want to ditch the 9-to-5 grind. What is it about freelancing that appeals to you? Is it the whole set your own rates thing?
That's definitely a big plus. But it goes beyond just the money. You get to choose the projects you work on, build a portfolio that reflects your passions, and ultimately, you're in control of your career trajectory. It's empowering.
I can see that. But come on, there's got to be a reality check somewhere in all this.
Yeah.
There are downsides.
Of course. The biggest one is probably income instability. And there's no paid vacation, no company-provided health insurance. These are things you have to consider.
Yeah, that makes sense. There's no such thing as a free lunch, as they say. One source emphasized the importance of building a financial safety net, negotiating contracts carefully, and diversifying your client base to sort of balance out those risks.
Absolutely. It's about being proactive and managing those risks.
Okay, so let's say someone is listening and they're thinking, all right, I'm ready to give this freelancing thing a shot. What are the first steps? These sources mentioned building a portfolio.
Yes. Your portfolio is your calling card. It showcases your skills and experience to potential clients. Focus on quality over quantity. Pick your best projects, the ones that highlight what you can do, and tailor them to your target audience. And don't be afraid to get feedback. Other freelancers, mentors, anyone with experience.
So it's like presenting your greatest hit.
Exactly.
Got it. Polish those diamonds. So once you've got your portfolio sparkling, how do you actually find clients? I mean, we've all heard of Upwork and Fiverr, but are those the only options?
They're great starting points, especially if you're just starting out, but there are tons of niche platforms too. For example, if you're a writer specializing in tech, platforms like Contently might be a better fit. Do some research, figure out where your ideal clients hang out online, and target those platforms.
So it's not just casting a wide net, it's more like knowing where to fish.
Exactly.
Makes sense. And then, of course, there's the money question. How do you set rates without selling yourself short?
Research is key. Look at what other freelancers in your field are charging. Websites like ClearVoice or the Freelancers Union, they offer data on industry standards. Factor in your experience level, the scope of the project, and the value you bring. Don't be afraid to charge what you're worth.
Wow, there's a lot more to this than meets the eye. But one thing that really stood out to me in all this research is how many freelancers talked about feeling more fulfilled and satisfied in their work than they ever did in a traditional job.
Yeah.
That's pretty powerful.
It is, but freelancing isn't for everyone. You have to be self-motivated, comfortable with uncertainty, and able to wear many hats.
Definitely. So, as someone's considering this path, what are some key questions they should be asking themselves?
I think the biggest one is, does the freedom and flexibility outweigh the challenges and potential instability? What are your non-negotiables? What are your must-haves in a work situation?
Those are great questions. And beyond just finding clients on these platforms, one source mentioned the idea of leveraging existing passions. They gave this great example of a travel blogger who turned her blog into a freelance writing and consulting gig for tourism brands.
That's a perfect example. By combining your passions with your freelance skills, you create a unique niche for yourself and you stand out in a crowded market. It's authentic, and clients can sense that.
So it's like turning your hobby into a career.
In a way, yes.
So we've covered a lot of ground here. It's clear that freelancing can be so much more than just a side hustle. It can be a whole new way of life. The biggest takeaway for me is this. Freelancing offers incredible freedom and opportunity, but it does require careful planning, self-awareness, and honestly, a bit of a leap of faith.
I agree. It's about building a sustainable career on your own terms. So as you continue exploring this path, think about this. How can you take your unique skills, your passions, your experiences, and turn them into a thriving freelance business?
What a great question to leave our listeners with.
What could your story be?
Exactly. We hope this deep dive has given you the information and the inspiration you need to make those big decisions about your future. Good luck out there.
Best of luck.